What is going on? What's up, guys? This is Jeremy here with Defender Training, and I got a new video for you. As you can see, we're going to be talking about the EC tuner brake. So, let's check it out. So, EC tuner brake. What is it? What does it do? Well, we're going to get into reloading a little bit more, and that's really what this is for. Is another way to help you tune your reloadings, tune your rifle. And there's a lot of information out there. And I kind of did my rifle tuning the hard way because I didn't exactly know how to use this the right way. I thought it was cool, bought one. I'm like, oh, if my reloads aren't exactly what I want them to be, I can just turn this little dial here and figure out, that'll help me get them where they got to be. Well, long story short, what's really cool about these tuner brakes is they come into play with the barrel harmonics. So there's a couple ways to tune your load. Obviously, there's your powder charge and your, how much empty space is inside your casing, and then there's your seating depth. And it's important to tune both. Before these tuners were here, you had to tune both to get a really good group, unless you just had one of those awesome rifles. But long story short, what the plus side of this is you can go work up your load development, find a good node for your powder charge and bullet you're shooting, and then and some people have questions. Everybody starts different. So what's a node? Well, a node is a dead flat spot in your feet per second gain when you're changing your powder charge. So, for instance, this I'm using Lapua brass in my 6.5 Creedmoor, and the powder charge that it likes is 40.4 grains of H4350. That's in my gun. That's safe in my gun. You guys don't follow that for years. You should always start at the published load and work your way up. So everybody says that. Don't put your charges out there because people will try it and yada yada. Well, there has to be some common sense in reloading, and you guys have to see with your own guns when you're reloading what works for you, because every load, every bullet combination out there isn't going to be written in a book somewhere. It's just not. So long story short, that's what my gun likes: 40.4 grains of H4350, and it happens to like the bullet seated at a cartridge overall length of 2.86, which is 10 thousandths off the lands. So a lot of you guys, like I said, might not know. I'm going to get into more reloading stuff, and if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me on this, and I'll definitely walk you through it. I got a buddy now in Massachusetts. He's getting into reloading big, and I'm going to help him walk through it. And I didn't know all the answers to all these questions either. I had to ask my buddy Jason, some information and help, and we kind of learn and help and teach each other. So it's nice to have a community you can talk to, and how to learn all these different things. So back to the tuner. So I know my gun likes that 40.4 grains. So if I didn't already know what the bullets shot good off the lands, but I had a really good node, I could seat it at cartridge factory length is 2.80 inches. That's what most cartridges come from the factory at in 6.5 Creedmoor with a 140 grain projectile. So I know my magazine will hold up to 2.87. Once it gets 2.87, the bullet touches the mag, and it has to be shorter than that for it to work, which is also happens to be what my freeborn my rifle is. So get back to this. What is so great about this tuner brake? What's great about it is you work up your loads. You start at, say we start at we'll start at 40 grains, and then we do 40.2, 40.4, 40.6, 40.8, and then we go out and shoot them. And we see, okay, our feet per second node, the drop in it is at 40.4. Perfect. 40.4, so it's really 40.3 to 40.5. The feet per second doesn't gain or lose or anything in between, that 1.4 of powder grain charge. So this is perfect. That's awesome. So now we seat our bullet. We load up 10 at 40.4, and we seat our bullet at 2.80 cartridge overall length, so that we know it fits in the magazine, and we go out and shoot them. Well, we go out and shoot them, and guess what? Our ES is 5, and our standard deviation is 5, and our extreme spread is 15. That's pretty good. We like that. That's what we want to shoot. That's what we're going to use for PRS. So, what do we do now? Well, that's great. It does that good, but it doesn't group very good. Say we have a 1-inch group out of those. Well, instead of going and playing with how far your bullet seats to the lands, and the problem with doing that, there isn't really a problem with doing it, but what could arise is, like with mine, I didn't have any issues. What could arise is, though, is at 40.4 grains with that bullet seated at 2.80 inches, I have very little open capacity inside my piece of brass that's ready to go. So when I extend that bullet out a little bit farther, when I extend it to 2.86, so we're talking 6 thousandths worth of bullet capacity inside the case, that has more air. Obviously, it's more vapor space inside the cartridge, which changes your pressure, which changes your feet per second, which changes your node. So what's great about this thing is a long way to tell you this, but what's great about this thing is we can set them all at 2.86 or 2.80 inches, all of our cartridge, all our bullets, and then we use this puppy, and if you look real close, I'm going to zoom it in here, there's different hash marks on here, and there's a real good video on Eric Cortina's webpage about how to install this and how to test it. But what you do is you load up like 25 rounds, and all 2.80, all 40.4 grains of powder, if that's what your gun likes. And what we do is we shoot it on 0. We shoot a group. Well, we know this group shoots 1 inch, so then we turn it, we shoot it to 2, and now the group shot 3/4 of an inch. Then we turn it to 4, and we shoot it, and it shoots a 1/2 inch. Well, that's pretty good. A 1/2 inch is pretty good, but we want to see if it'll do better. So then we go to 6, and we lock it down on 6, and we shoot it at 6, and now we're a 1/4 inch. Sweet. That's where we want to be. We want to be a 1/4 inch or less, right? So we keep going a little bit farther, and we go to 8, and now the group opens up to 1/2 inch again. Okay, so we're going to go back down to 6, or maybe we would try 7. It shot really good at 6, and we don't know about 7. We go to 7. We shoot a group. Oh, it's in between 1/4 and 1/2. Okay, we're going to go back to 6. Shoot it again. We're back to a 1/4 minute gun. That's where we're at. We tighten down these two. There's actually 3 Allen screws on there, and then that's where we leave it on our gun. And what that's doing is there's a little weight in here, and as you spin that, it's changing where the weight is on the barrel. This would be the top, obviously. So it's changing where that weight is on that barrel, and it's making the harmonics, it'd be less harmonics, because it's just like spin balancing your tire on your car or something like that. If you put a weight in a certain spot, it'll help the wheel roll better, and you'll have less vibrations, and everything will be smooth. That's exactly what this is doing. When you shoot your barrel, we'll do a little display here. When you fire your barrel, we're pointing this way, we're going to fire it. It shoots, the barrel does this. It twists up and down. Even though you can't see it, it happens so fast. It does this. Well, when we're changing that weight out here on the end, we're changing our tuner weight. When it fires, it just doesn't move. It just goes straight. So that's what's pretty cool about these tuners. They're self-timing. So I literally just spin this end right here, and I put it onto my gun. You can see it's got a nice little, this one's engraved. It's 6.5 millimeter, and it's 5/8 by 24 threads. And you put it on your gun, spin it on, you back spin this off till it's where you want it, just turn it tight, and it's tight, and that's it, you're good to go. And let me put this back to where it was, and then you're good to go. I'm lucky I had this brake on it when I was doing some of my load development, and my load right now shoots really good. I did adjust the seating depth. But after I shoot these rounds, I have a match coming up on the 12th. We're going to shoot them on a PRS match. And after we shoot them, I'm going to go back to 2.80, and I'm going to use this tuner to tune it just to try to get my extreme spread and standard deviation down. And right now, on the loads I have, my extreme spread was 30, which I'm not too happy with. It's pretty good, but my SD was 8. So a lot of guys say that was over 10 rounds. A lot of guys say that's a really good SD. But like I said, I'm not too happy with the extreme spread. So yeah, so that's what's cool about these. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'd be happy to help. And I'm gonna do a review when I redo my load, and I'm gonna actually show you guys. I'm gonna take pictures and tune the load for this. So I'll show you the group I shot originally, and then I'll show you the consecutive groups after that using the Lapua brass and the 140 grain bullets and the H4350, and I'll show you guys exactly how this thing works and what the results were we got of them. So once again, EC Tuner, Eric Cortina. You can go to shootsmallgroups.com, and he has these for sale. And it's really, really nice made. He has a bunch of videos how you see him making them. But it's an awesome tool. It's a great brake. The brake works awesome. And yeah, I really like it, and I approve of it. And they aren't too crazily priced. I think they're like $100 more than a regular brake, but you get all this added benefit of it. And really, it's awesome because you can even shoot factory ammo. If you have factory ammo that shoots like shit in your gun, excuse my French, but you can tune it using this same system. So you really can't go wrong. And just the money you'd save on some ammo if you buy cheap ammo and want to shoot, then it works great. So that's all I got for you guys today. I had this cool little KRG target here I wanted to use as a backstop, but yeah, so that's it. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out, and please like and subscribe if you like the stuff. I'm going to be putting out a couple more videos pretty soon here. It's been pretty cold in upstate New York. It's 9 out right now, and it feels like -2, they say, at whatever time it is in the afternoon, 2 o'clock, 2:30. So pretty soon a bunch of us are going to be doing some PRS practice out at the Shoot Shack. We go out to 670 yards, and so that'll be fun. I made a tank trap. I'll show you guys I'll do a video on the Shoot Shack, what we did to make that, and some of the obstacles and stuff we have going on for the future, for different positions to shoot off of. So, all right, guys, thanks a lot. Have a great day.